This time on Trash Panda Off-Road, we start the 2-liter swap by taking all the wiring out of the 03 tracker. This is a 2003 Geo Tracker I bought 6 months ago, maybe, beginning of summer. I already took out the rear seats, and one of those is mounted in the Trash Panda. The other one will be soon. Gonna take out these seats eventually, and those are gonna go into the 94 Overlander commuter rig. Same thing as this motor. This car has the 5-speed transmission. There's actually a quick little walk around on the channel. It's called the Bumblebee. That's what they named it. The guys I got it from, they used it as a gambler rig. Ran the Gambler 500 in it. And I've had it since then. Moved it around the property. Used it as a commuter for about a week and a half. Just to make sure everything was going good on the inside. And now we're going to go ahead and start pulling the motor and stuff out. Not 100% sure on the process here. There's not a whole lot of directions on the internet and stuff, but I'm going to use all of the kit and all the stuff from Trail Tough. Those guys have everything you need: motor mounts, flywheel, all that good stuff. So what we're going to do here is just take the motor out and some of the wiring. From what I understand, I need everything that connects to the motor. Comes in, I believe, over here. Down there somewhere is the ECM, and then the gauge cluster and stuff like that in order to attach it to my other one. Got the battery pulled out so I get a better view here. What looks like we're gonna have to do. This stuff, all this wiring, the loom goes through here, all of this back here, all the places it connects onto the motor. I think that's what all has to go. Again, not 100% sure, but I'd rather take them guys too much stuff than not enough stuff. Inside the rig, like I mentioned, everything behind the dash that connects to the instrument panel, and underneath here, up there, let's see, you can tell, but underneath this little cover is the ECM. So that's got to come out. So first thing I think we're going to do is see if we can get this to drop down. It looks like it's a couple of quick little bolts and some plastic tabbies, and see where we're at from there. Not sure about how to remove the dash. Hope I don't set off any airbags. I don't know what the rules are with those things. Sometimes they're kind of touchy, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. No battery, so maybe they don't go off. I don't know. We're going to pull this dash, I'm pretty sure, in order to figure out how the wiring runs through there. I might be able to pull on it. Again, guys, we're just making this stuff up. We're going to try to figure this out the best we can, and I'll do the best I can to record it, so anybody else who's trying to contemplate doing this 2-liter swap has a better idea as to what they're getting into. Put this back together real quick, kind of show you. So this sits in here like so. There are 2 screws on the top, right there. 1, 2. There are 2 on the bottom that I didn't know about, down there on each side of the steering wheel. Right there, I tore those out. And then there's also another screw. Oh wait, that was it. Let's see. Yeah, so that was it. And then you just pull, and it's got a bunch of clips to pop that off. Then when you get in here to the speedometer gauge cluster, there was 4 screws. 1, again, down below by the steering wheel on each side, and then 1 on top. And then the disconnects that were behind it, there was 3 of them. You gotta reach your hand back in there, and they're just the simpler side dial. Push on the top here, and it opens up the clip so you can slide these out. So far, now we've gotten to these wires. We've uncovered the ECM, and now we gotta figure out how to start getting these wires out. Got the ECU unplugged, and the wiring drug through that little grommet hole here. These two go to the ECU, ECM. These two go to, I'm not sure, but they're still in this loom that connects back here and then goes to all the different parts of the motor. The two that are connected to the ECU right here. There it is right there, by the way. So there was one here, one in the middle, and one right here. Flashlight. So these two connections right here were the two that on the other side that did not connect, and they were tucked up here like so. Not terribly difficult to get to. So that's all of that stuff. But now, again, my other concern is that when I talked to the guys down at Trail Tough, they said they wanted that stuff there as well. Not sure where that comes from or where it goes to. I've gone ahead and started to try and remove the dash. Okay, there's a bolt up there. It's got a cap over it. 1,000 screws in here. Here. Then they try to trick you. They even put one back here, backwards, right in there. There's a couple below the ashtray. You have to remove the radio. I've gotten this side, the driver's side, pretty loose. Okay, so I pulled down the last couple of connections, actually all three of the connections. I pulled them down back into here. I can't show you where they're at right this second because I can't even see them. There they are, right there. So there's a couple of those connectors. Not quite sure where they connect back to. The passenger side, however, is a whole nother story because the airbag is there. So I take the glove box out, removed a couple of screws under here, a couple more screws in here, and still nothing. Removed the top screw up there. So I'm thinking now I have to mess with the airbag screws. Maybe those two. Looks like there's one way up there. Maybe a second one, not sure. So we're going to try to remove all of those and see if we can get this thing out. If you guys never unhooked an airbag clip, it's not like a normal clip. You actually pop it up, not out on the sides, and that's what allows you to release the airbag. Just got off the phone minutes ago with Dylan down at Trail Tough, just trying to make sure that I get everything that I'm going to need to have this thing switched over. They've been really great. I think I've called them like 5 times now, and I'm really only in step 1 still. But he says that I also have to get all this stuff down here. There's a module down there and another little brain type pack, so I'm gonna have to keep going, taking this dash out. I'd rather unbolt it all than just tear it all apart. I'm a weirdo, I guess. So in order to get this crossbar out, there's some 12 millimeters here, some more 12 millimeters down here, and then these are 10 millimeters here. I'm going to pull this off and hope that I can get it to slide up over the steering wheel, because I haven't removed the steering wheel. Turns out I had to take off there was a bar here under my foot that went from there to there, and then another bar that went from here like that. I had to take those off also in order to get that out without removing the steering wheel. Now I can see right here a lot of this stuff here is gonna have to go. Not 100% sure what, so I'm gonna unhook as much of it as I can and try to take it with me. I'd imagine this, I think, goes to like the headlights and stuff like that through here and comes up out in the engine compartment, I think. Still working our way through this, but we have this wire here mostly free. Not sure how much of this is needed, but like I said, I'm taking as much of this as I can down to them. undid pretty much every bolt or nut you could find on this side. No cabin filter. Lots of junk in there. I'm gonna take a quick break here and vacuum some stuff out, like whatever that is. Yeah, that doesn't look great. So once we get some of this stuff vacuumed out, then I'll get back in there and keep trying to figure out where all these wires go. There is a batch here that goes into the door, but there's a clip inside there. There it is. So there's a clip inside there, and then this goes into the firewall. I'm not sure where that goes yet. We'll have to get into that. So this was the one that connected to the ECM in the third spot. So I've came across the first connection I'm willing to cut. All this handful of wires here, this big bundle, goes right in here into this connection inside the panel that then goes into the door, and then on the other side of that is 2 wires. I'm guessing all this was power windows, power door locks, maybe upgraded stereo system. Who knows what else was being here? Security system, I don't know. Just 2 wires. 99% sure that's going to be this speaker. Pulled this line here through a little bit so as that I could see where it ends up going. It comes through the firewall here, connects to the underneath of the main fuse relay, so we'll unhook all of those. Then it springs off here, and I'm going to cut this line too. It goes to, it looks like the airbag sensor and the horn. So we're going to go ahead and cut that out, unhook all of these, including these 2 here, and pull this back through the firewall to the cab. Looks like now we've got everything free here from the main line. Again, the blue one here was the one hooked into the computer coming across, but now we're stuck underneath the pedal assembly, which hopefully looks 3 probably 12s. I should be able to pull that out and then start messing with this box here. I'm gonna cut these ones mentioned on the other side. Those go into the door, so not a big deal. Then we will undo this bolt. That one's already gone. There might be another nut back in there somewhere, and then we'll take a look and see. I'm not sure how much of this we'll need going into the back. It was more than just those bolts. Had to also undo these ones down here. I think the master cylinder and vacuum can booster or whatever is on the other side of that. So I didn't take the nuts all the way off. But then unfortunately, I found this wire. This one right here is what's hanging me up now, and I don't know what it goes to or where it's at. So I had to track that down first. It looks like it comes under here, right here to here to here, and then goes towards the back, towards the shifter and stuff right here. So still don't know if I should clip that or not. I'm gonna have to tear into it a little bit more, see if there's a connection in it somewhere, or just cut it and hope for the best. Got this thing to come out. Actually, I took both of them across all the way because they both go into this box. Oh, what a mess. Okay, we cut the door, one here. Now we have this thing here, which I got to figure out where all that pile goes to. Unhooked this one. Went ahead and cut this because it ran back all the way back. It looked like to the cigarette lighter and the stuff inside the center console. Unhooked the one that goes down the door panel from this. There were 3 of them across the bottom. I unhooked all 3 of them. I'm debating whether or not I should just unhook these. Maybe I'll just call the guys at Trail Tough again. But I got both wire looms all the way from the passenger side to the driver's side, trying to figure out how much of this brain here I need to take with me down to those guys. There it is, guys. All the wiring from inside the cab. I did go ahead and cut this stuff here also that goes to the engine compartment. It was right here and runs out along here to the front to the headlights and all that stuff. Now for this one here, should be pretty simple. Just follow this and basically unplug everything on the motor. I'm gonna not take this one, like I said earlier. I changed my mind because as you follow it back, it goes to alternator, starter, ground wire. So unhook everything that goes to this, and that should be it. Should be pretty easy from here. There's not anything to unscrew, just a matter of unhooking everything. And then we'll take it all to trail gear. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Follow along Trash Panda Off-Road on the Instagram to see how this thing all plays together and see the next steps. All stripped out. Got all the wiring in that basket, milk crate. Gonna take it down to low range here in a couple of days. Sorry, Trail Tough. In a couple of days, down to Trail Tough. A couple things when removing the wiring from here. There's a bolt back there, 10 millimeter, that's got a bracket that holds the big clump of wires in. And then I did cut the wires that ran all the way back down from the transmission. They just kept on trucking all the way back, so I cut those. Other than that, that should be it. Everything was just unsnap it and away we go. So hopefully I have everything they're going to need. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel and follow along.